Welcome back, everybody, to Universe Sandbox 2. Give me a second here. Let's make sure that's down at 4. How's everyone doing? Today, we're going to be creating our own solar system with a habitable planet or two. Currently doing this from my car. Not real echoey in here, probably better than my studio. But let's do this. Let's open up a new empty simulation. Let's get my wires out of the way here. And we'll start with a different star, very similar to ours in size. I'd say this one's good, 1.08 suns. It's an orange giant, very similar to ours. Very nice looking indeed. And we'll zoom out here. And we'll begin to add our planets. Kind of being very similar here. And a random rocky planet. We're going to turn on zones so we can see our habitable zones. We'll have kind of our Mercury, our Venus, and we'll use a watery Kepler planet as a Earth. And so we have Kepler 62e. We will put that right about in the middle. 62f right out here in the Mars zone. And this is just a little bit bigger here than our own Jupiter. Or, I mean, a little bit bigger than our Earth. Put that out here in the cold zone. And then I have this just a little bit smaller than Jupiter. Just about out here. Then we're going to put this like right out here. This is kind of like our Venus. That'll be our Venus. Very hot indeed. It's a little bit bigger than Earth, so. Within a random gas giant. Far, far out here. Let's indeed turn on orbits. Far, far out of our zones. Another one a little bit farther out. And that's it for our planets. Let's customize our Earth so that it looks and acts just like Earth. It'd be Kepler 62e. While it's keeping a bit of a cold temperature, we can play around with its surface temp. Take up time a bit. Make it much like Earth. Very warm, very habitable, very comfortable. It's a water world. We'll then give it some continents by simply zooming in here, pausing time, and using our little minus sign for water. We'll take down its mass. And we'll give it some water while still keeping continents so that it is very much like Earth. We'll also give it its own moon. Such as, maybe one a little bit smaller than our moon, Europa. Keep that right out there in its little orbitable area. And that'll easily orbit our planet safely. Give that its own name. just so that we can keep track. Then we also have a bit of a watery planet here. This is known as a water world. Very nice indeed. It's actually got a bit of a comfortable temperature here. Looks like we unintentionally made a bit of a habitable planet. Doesn't seem to have any atmosphere though, so we'll leave it alone, let it stay unique. Also a bit of a warmer planet, no water, very rocky. Then we have the hottest planet of our solar system. And we'll give that its own little atmosphere. It's a little bit bigger than Earth, but that's okay. We're not going for size, but more like the way the planet is livable. I'll go ahead and throw just a couple numbers. Thick atmosphere. Let that warm up quite a bit. So we have a nice hot planet. Now we'll come and check out Kepler. Oh, okay, that's heating up quite a bit. We want to keep control of that. When you lose mass, I guess it heats up the planet. Very, very interesting indeed, though. So at least keep it down into the low 20s. Okay. Make sure that's a nice, comfortable, livable temperature for human beings. It is a very rocky, watery planet with a thick enough atmosphere, nice atmospheric pressure. It's just a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller than Earth, a little bit bigger than our moon. So that's a very nice, comfortable planet there. They have Kepler 62f. It's kind of like the Mars of our solar system. It does contain a shat ton of water. I believe it does not have an atmosphere, and it's completely rocky. Non-habitable at the moment. Very cold. No way to keep a temperature. We got our first gas giant here, nice blue, beautiful. It's like our Jupiter. It's just a little bit bigger than Earth. And we're going to start to give this planet, or this solar system, a really nice thick asteroid belt using the rings option. We'll go ahead and see what we could do. Okay, let's see what we can do for rings. Sun kind of has its own little rings right there. So you have a bit of a asteroid belt kind of orbiting our sun, or star. We'll see what we could do. Realistic. Make that slightly thick. And we have our humongous asteroid belt kind of just in between our planets, but our habitable little Earth-like planet here should be just fine with its moon. Should be able to keep living on to see more days with people, or possibly any species living on it, because it is definitely habitable and can for sure contain life. Now we'll go ahead and give a gas giant or two a nice set of rings. This is kind of like our Uranus, very sideways, and we'll give it a set of rings. It's just a little bit bigger than Earth, so we'll see what we can do here. So it's got itself a nice set of rings, just like that. Very beautiful. It's like a sideways Saturn. Go ahead and give one more of its own set of rings right here in our asteroid belt. This is also a bit of a sideways gas giant, so we'll give it a set of rings from Uranus. And those hopefully shouldn't interfere with our asteroid belt, anything like that. Very, very nice solar system. Very successful. It will turn off labels, orbits, and zone. We'll keep orbits going. Maybe trails, orbits. We'll close out of all of this. And see our wonderful looking solar system in the flesh. Very nice. We could see our rings. The sun is like its own little Jupiter. Sorry, Saturn. And it's got more rings as it goes out. It creates a bit of an asteroid belt. So this is working pretty good. Look at that. Just beautiful. So we will now observe each and every planet up close. And I guess I'm going to start talking normally. I just can't talk like that. I try to kind of talk and fit the mood of the thing, but guys, I just can't. It's just not me. It's not me. It's not something I can do. So, as you guys can see, I gave this thing an atmosphere, and this has actually gotten a bit hot, 135 degrees Celsius. That'll be the hottest planet of the solar system. And the closest one to our sun, we're just going to call it the sun. I know it's not the only one that's considered a sun is ours, but I'm just going to call this the sun because it's roughly the same size as our sun, just slightly larger in mass. It has slightly more mass, and like other than that, it's the same friggin' thing. Then we have this planet. We'll kind of get up close here. Wait, is that the closest one? Yeah, that is. We want to take a look at this one. This one is also rocky. It does have an atmosphere. It's like almost the same. Wait, are they the same? Almost. They're very similar. And this one, no, this one's actually the hottest. Alright, so it's very similar to our solar system, how the second one from the thing is the hottest. That's nice. We're going to observe our third one. That would actually be right there. This one does contain water. It's at a comfortable, livable temperature. It just doesn't contain an atmosphere or any rocky land. So we'd have to do sky buildings and try to give it an atmosphere through terraforming, which is still in science fiction, but we're getting closer and closer to actually doing it. It's within our abilities, pretty much. So we have our little Earth-like planet at a comfortable, very similar to Earth temperature. It has an atmosphere. It has a moon that is orbiting it. So we will stop time completely. Take a look at this moon. This is Kepler 62 moon. That's what I just named it. Looking very, very nice. Maybe we'll do another man to the moon mission. Okay. And then we have Kepler 62f, which is just like the moon, pretty much, of Kepler 62e. It's pretty much just like that. rocky. I want to think of it as we have the red planet in our solar system. This is the gray planet. It's completely gray. It has no atmosphere. It's very cold, and with a bit of terraforming and work, it could possibly just be turned into a habitable Earth-like planet. And we have Glias 876d. This is just some gas giants. We won't pay too much attention to the gas giants because they can't be livable. There's not much you could do with them other than observe. So gas giants have little use to our interest here. We have 51 Peg B. This one, I want to, it's more like Saturn. Looks more like it. We'll give this one a set of rings too. Why not? We'll be generous. We'll add. We'll give it like ordered ring. Just to be nice. And we'll check out this one. This is on a Teleb. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's like a gray gas giant. This one has rings too. We gave this one a set of rings. It's like Jupiter. It's sideways a bit. Looking very nice. And I believe this is the final one, which looks very similar to our first one. It is almost completely sideways, and it has a set of rings itself. I believe these are ordered disc. And that is looking very, very wonderful. Aside from that, I guess that would be it for the solar system. It's looking very good. We definitely did a good job, I would say. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to click that like button. Subscribe if you're new. And that is it. Peace. Took me forever to say it. Why? We'll say it again. Peace.